Hello, friends, and welcome into the TexAgs Rewind. I am David Nuno. This is presented by Specs, and we're in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Got the Fan Show guys and Callie Gardner with us. Favorite part of the show, Philip?
The ending. No, I'm just joking. Just talking college basketball after last night was a lot of fun.
Yeah? Sutton, favorite part?
The crusty curmudgeon
Olin Buchanan.
is the best.
Yeah, I love Olin.
Fan show, man. Every time, fan show. Best part of the whole.
I don't know if Fan
whole
Show made the cut. So.
No. When you watch this rewind, the fan show probably won't even
It
get
won't
the
be
end
there
of
now, let's be honest.
If they do, they'll only tag like 30
We need
seconds. on
clicks.
there.
Never mind.
I don't think Kaylee was really taking pictures when she came in.
No,
I
it
think
was
she
just like, let's just do this.
No.
Callie, favorite part of the show?
Stephen McGee.
Yeah, he was
They're-
really good.
Shocker.
They're not thumbnailing us, I promise you.
I liked Logan Lee.
Logan's good, man. He
I think
knows his
Logan's one of the
basketball.
nicest humans in the world.
He's a nice
He is a good dude.
And I also liked Chris Gordy, Locked On SEC. That and more, it is the Rewind. And my body started preparing for, I guess it's time to start getting ready for bed, kind of mindset, right?
Okay.
Then they start playing, they were always playing defense, but playing even better defense. You're getting stops, and you're not going basket for basket. You're getting stops. You're cutting down that lead. Heart rate starts going up. So heart rate starts going up. Then you take the lead. And I'm like, holy mother of life. All right?
Yeah.
Then they take the lead. And now I'm angry. And now I'm going to be awake for days. Then they win on a beautiful Zurich Phelps 3, right? Breaking ankles on fools, right? Now I'm excited. Now I have to watch post-game coverage. And then, like most of us, probably got to sleep at 11. Oh, you probably went to bed at midnight. 1? You had it right.
Somewhere between 12 and 1.
You woke up at 4, knowing you.
Actually, I did.
Yeah, that's how you roll.
That's unfortunately.
And I am happy to get less sleep tonight because of that performance from the entire team. Zurich Phelps obviously gets the biggest accolades.
Absolutely.
But wow.
Zurich Phelps was like Jim Phelps last night. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I just acted like I did.
I didn't think it did. Jim Phelps.
Jimmy Phelps. They call
Jim
him Jimmy.
Phelps. He's the guy from Mission Impossible when they say, do you accept this mission? And the mission was to bring A&M back from an 18-point lead. He says, yeah, I'll accept the mission. And Oklahoma, not the tape, it was Oklahoma that self-destructed.
Yeah, it was so beautiful to watch. And I was telling you, when they were down just 9 at the half, I thought to myself, this is easy peasy for A&M because you got a guy, Goodine, who didn't miss. And I think he had 12 combined points in the 3 games leading up to that game. He hit 6 threes in the first half.
In the first half.
Okay. I'm like, that can't continue. You did remind me that Oklahoma was even more efficient in the second half, hitting threes, but it wasn't like ungodly, like 3.
They had 5 of 8 from three-point range in the second half. But what A&M did, beyond Zurich Phelps just taking his game into a stratospheric level.
Right.
But what they did was, they got playing better on the defensive end, and they started forcing turnovers. I think it was 10 or 11 turnovers they forced in the second half, which became 24 points. Overall in the game, A&M scored 30 points off turnovers, but 24 of those came in the second half. So you had Zurich Phelps going crazy on the offensive end. You had the defense forcing turnovers that were becoming turned into points, and it was like the building blocks.
Big loss. I like Noah a lot. I think he could have done some big things with Marcel and company next year. But regardless, and it is a big loss, I think he was going to have a lot of targets this year. You have significantly upgraded your wide receiver room on paper, at least.
Yeah, on paper, right? And I think that's as all Aggie fans are aware, at this point of the Aggie cycle, if you want to call it, that, we've seen these receivers come in before and have a lot of hype and just not a lot of substance. So, there's still a lot to be seen from this group, but certainly, if you think about it as an aggregate unit last year, I don't know where you'd rank that wide receiver group, but it's certainly be at near the bottom of the last decade or 2 decades.
I think that I don't know what receivers have come in with a lot of hype, just because I forget. And I mean through the transfer portal. But I know that there were guys come in. I mean, there may be some. I just forget. But I'll say this: at least these guys that are coming in have been productive at the Division I level. And I saw Mario Craver myself this year against Mississippi State. Was very impressed with him. I know he's a freshman. He got off to a slow start. And Casey Concepcion, there's no doubt about him. I haven't seen Micah Hudson. Now, he comes in. I know he played some at Texas Tech, but he comes in with the potential from being a five-star guy, all those things. I felt like that Noah Thomas would have been a great piece to the puzzle next year. However, even without him, and this is not a shot at Noah because I wish he would stay, but without him, I think A&M's receiving core is better. The receiving room is better than it was last year, even with Noah. Because
I agree. Yeah. To Dave's point, I think on paper, it's a better unit day one, hopefully. And look, I like Noah Thomas too. But if you wanted my honest opinion, and I think he's like a mid-tier, below average SEC wide receiver. I mean, I think there's a lot of schools where he's probably the number 3 receiver, number 4 receiver. I mean, look at the one thing that I thought is lacking that I just don't think that you can sacrifice when you're recruiting wide receivers is somebody with speed.
That game was, especially the way it ended.
I mean, it allowed me to go to sleep.
Did it?
It kept me up for a little while.
Yeah.
Kept me up for a little while because I was hyped, and it was looking gruesome for half a second.
Well, the interesting thing was I wasn't worried in the first half because I think teams get hot and, on the road. Like, now,
I mean, Bryson Goodine got really hot.
He got so hot that when it was 9 points at the half, I'm like, look, he's not going to shoot like that in the second half. Unfortunately, he came close to it. It wasn't as good, but he was good. It was more efficient. But A&M found a way, man. They found a way.
They found Zurich Phelps.
Yeah.
And he got super hot and led the team. He stepped in for Wade Taylor. He did what Wade Taylor would most likely have done or tried to do.
Right.
And I like the fact that he did it by creating off the dribble. He did it by knocking down threes. There was only 2 shots that you were saying, no, yes,
yeah.
yes, that was a good shot. But all the other attempts were okay. I didn't realize how many shot attempts he took. 11 of 25 is questionable at times, but he made the shots at the right times when A&M needed it, when A&M needed that comeback, when they were down by 18. He put the team on their back and did what was necessary. I love the fact that they can go on the road against the top 25 team who hadn't lost at home yet. Oklahoma was super hot as well. And without Wade Taylor, their best player, come back with a dub.
And come back from coming back. Right?
Yeah.
Like they were down 18 in the second half.
And you had a phenomenal performance by Bryson Goodine. I mean, their
fourth option maybe?
What did they say? His season high this year was 12 points.
Yeah.
That's and he goes off for 34. That's something that no one sees on the scouting report. And if we have anything to critique, they probably should have face guarded him and not allowed him to catch the ball after he made his first 6.
I keep going back, and look, I'm trying to take my SEC glasses off, but I think Texas is more battle tested. Like when you look at some of the games they've been in, I think they needed that game against Arizona State because what was it, 24-8 going into the fourth quarter? Like Texas should have put their foot in their neck and pulled away. The fact that they let Arizona State come back, go to overtime, you have the 4th and 13 pass from Quinn Ewers, then you win it in double overtime. I think that's the kind of game that could give you some confidence going forward, look, there is no situation Friday night that we can't handle. On the flip side, Ohio State, look, congrats. They've played better than anybody through their first 2 games, dominant wins, but that A plus B doesn't equal C. Like, just because they've won 2 dominant games already doesn't mean they're just going to go out and dominate on Friday night. I remember it was a month ago we saw that team look like crap against Michigan and lose 13-10 at home. So that Ohio State team is still somewhere in there. I just think this is the best defense that Ohio State's going to see all year. This Texas defense is playing with a lot of confidence. That secondary, Makuba, Taff, I mean, those guys are playing with their hair on fire. To me, it comes down to Quinn Ewers. Can he protect the football? Can he make smart decisions? Can he, not throw stupid interceptions like he's prone to do at times? If he does that and Texas can get back to their dominant run game, which they've kind of been missing a couple of games here lately, I think Texas is going to be in this game. Although, everybody I talk to is like, oh, Ohio State's going to run away with it. Don't discount this game is in Dallas. I know Ohio State travels well, but there's going to be probably 65 to 70% Texas fans in that stadium.
Gordy, where I may argue a little bit there is I think Texas doesn't have that killer DNA because even though they dominated A&M, if you make a 4th and 1, you're in that game, right? You have a chance to win as poor as you played. Clemson had a chance at the end of the Clemson game. Arizona State, you could say, was robbed of the targeting call and an opportunity to win. They came back when Texas was just rolling on them. So they are missing that DNA at the end of games. Yes, they won. I recognize that. Ohio State's a different animal if they get going. All right, let's close it out. If we were to ask somebody on the panel to close it out, who would have the highest likelihood of getting it wrong? Philip?
Probably me, yeah.
Philip.
Tell the people what to do.
You go to YouTube and like and subscribe, and
They're probably already there.
oh, that's true. Well, then you just like and subscribe, right?
Comment.
Comment.
Have you
there
ever
go.
commented on a video in your life?
On
I can see you
YouTube?
like on a political one, be like, whatever, bro.
No, I'm not. That's not my thing, really. No, I just let it go because I don't really care what other people
yeah.
think.
You comment?
Oh, yeah.
Commenter?
Never.
Never.
I don't.
And I can dislike, too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm going to comment, I'm going to comment verbally. But I mean, I'm not a keyboard
Does
warrior.
anybody know if you dislike something on YouTube, will it show up on your algorithm just because you gave them love?
It's got to. Everything else shows up. I mean, I can say the most random thing, and my phone will start showing me ads for it. So,
Pink unicorns.
head God.
See you next time.